What made you finally realize that the problem child of your family deserved better? Growing up as the youngest child meant I was an expert at playing dumb, to always know what was going on, while pretending that I didn't. I was 12, and my sister, Kesha, was 15 when I heard her get punished for the first time. I was sitting in my bedroom, which was beside hers, when suddenly all her belongings were thrown to the floor. "You're an effing disgrace," my mom yelled before walking out. I didn't want to bother her, so I just texted asking if she was okay. To my surprise, Kesha responded with a text begging me to come in, and when I did, my heart dropped, because the part of the bed she was sitting on was stained with red, and her arms were covered with fresh cuts. I ran to the bathroom to grab her tissue while she just kept crying. Mom found out. I never meant for her to know. I didn't know what to say, so I just stayed silent while applying pressure to her wounds. When I was done, she thanked me and asked if I could sleep in the bed with her. I agreed, not knowing that it would be one of the last times I ever saw her, because the next morning, I woke up to my dad hitting my sister with a black leather whip. "How dare you drag your little sister down with you?" he shouted, before kicking me out of the room. I sat on the stairwell, listening to what sounded like my sister being in a torture chamber. Halfway through, my mom walked up the stairs towards me. I thought she would tell our dad to stop, or at least just give me a hug. But no, "Don't feel bad for her. Your sister deserves it," was all she said before ordering me to come downstairs and enjoy some homemade pancakes. When I got on the bus to school, I texted my sister asking if she was okay, but this time she didn't even open my message. So when school ended, I tried to go home as quickly as I could, but Kesha was nowhere to be found. And when I turned around, I was faced with my mom standing there with her arms folded. "Your sister needed serious help," she said, keeping her voice low. "So we sent her to a facility to help her get better." Well, back then, I was still young enough to believe that my parents had the best intentions, so I automatically believed her and went about my life as normal. And after 2 months, Kesha finally came home. I didn't even know how much I'd missed her until I saw her. I instantly ran over to hug her, and she just stood there tensed up with her eyes completely glossed over. She used to light up when she saw me, as if I was the best part of her day. But now, nothing. I swear I thought she was pranking me, but that's when I took a closer look. Her face had lost all its color, and she was extremely skinny. My dad led her up to her bedroom, and she went straight to sleep. Every night I tried to push my ear against the thin wall to see if I could hear anything, but she was radio silent. After a week of this, I decided to come home with trolley sour crawlers, her favorite. And when I walked into her room, I actually saw the corners of her lips turn to a smile, but the moment was ruined by my mom barging in. "You're not to talk to your sister," she yelled, before grabbing the candy and slamming the door shut. She then dragged me downstairs to eat dinner. My head was spinning, and my mom was the one to break the silence. "Your sister has been diagnosed with violent and manipulative behaviors, so if you really care about her, you'll do what's best and leave her alone." I was skeptical, but after seeing how Kesha looked, I figured that it was probably the right thing to do. But like I said, I'm the youngest child, so I started noticing things no one else did. One night, when my mom caught me crying into my pillow, she was about to hit me, until Kesha walked in and said I was the one to make her cry. Through the wall, I heard the beating that was meant for me. Another time, I was sulking for the entire day because our hamster had died, and out of nowhere, my dad had one of his little tantrums. "You want to act all sad? Let me give you something to be sad about." He was in the midst of grabbing the black whip from the wall when Kesha came running down. I told her it was okay to be sad. "It's my fault," she exclaimed, and I'm sure you can imagine what happened next. This went on for months. Every emotion I showed, every mistake I made, Kesha somehow took the fall. I started to wonder why she'd become so violent and manipulative when all I ever saw was her protecting me. Then came the night everything clicked. I was looking for my old diary under my bed when I found Kesha's from before the facility. Most pages were torn out, but one entry remained, dated a week before Mom found her cuts. Mom caught Uncle Ray in my room again, said if I tell anyone, she'll let him start visiting Millie, my name, instead. Maybe if I'm broken enough, they'll send me away, and I can't tell anyone anyway. Suddenly, it all made sense. Why my sister was sent away. Why she wasn't allowed to talk to me. She was trying to protect me. Full story on channel, link below.